foodies, welcome to the ultimate destination of all things delicious. If you're new here, please show some love by hitting the subscribe button as well as your notification button so that you don't miss out on any delicious recipes. And to my returning foodies, welcome back. Without further ado, join me as I take you step by step on how to make delectable bagels. We're going to start off by mixing our dry ingredients together. We're going to start by adding salt to your sifted flour as well as yeast, and then we're going to add some sugar. Now, sugar is what acts as food to the yeast. It is important in the activation process of your yeast, which then in turn allows your dough to rise well and fully. And then we're going to go ahead and mix that very well until all your ingredients are mixed together. In this video, I used a spatula to mix my dry ingredients together. Some may prefer to use a whisk, which is also okay. When your ingredients are well incorporated, the next step is to make a well in the middle of your dry ingredients so we can add our water. And we're going to be adding our water in thirds. So we're going to add the first third and then stir from inside going out. We're going to repeat this step until our last third of water has been added into our dry ingredients. Once you've added all your water into your dry ingredients, we're going to start the process of kneading our dough by going in with our hands and making sure that all of the flour in the bowl is used up and incorporated into our dough. And if you have a stand mixer, you're more than welcome to use that to knead your dough. Just do so on medium for about 3 to 5 minutes. And you also want to make sure to knead your dough from the inside, working your way outwards so that your flour is evenly distributed throughout the dough. The aim is to basically end up with a dough that's slightly sticky to the touch, but not enough to stick to your hand.
Cheek brushes against his, smooth on stubble for a moment, and then it's gone. He walks along the platform as if in a dream. Every fibre in me wants to shout and scream, stop, to run across to him and take him in my arms, to tell him I love you.
The next step is to add our softened butter into our dough. Now, the reason why we only do this after kneading our dough is to allow for the development of our gluten when we mix our flour and water together. Whereas if we had to add your butter or your fat before adding your water to your dry ingredients, the fat particles that are found in the butter would inhibit the development of your gluten, and this would then result in a lack of elasticity, which will in turn result in your product coming out dense and heavy. Whereas your fat tenderizes your dough and gives it that needed elasticity. So we're gonna mince our dough between our fingers. If you don't have a stand mixer like me, And you're going to do so continuously until all the fat has been absorbed and well incorporated into the dough completely. After doing so, I found that my dough was a bit too sticky for my liking to the touch. So I further added 2 more tablespoons of flour and just mixed that until all the flour was used up in my bowl.
Come back to me. Come back to me. Too much time on my phone. Baby, do you still sleep alone? Come back to me. Come back to me. Remember me. Fresh out of black and white. Movie on every screen.
When we're satisfied with our dough, we're going to go ahead and grease the bowl that we're going to place our dough in with either cooking spray or cooking oil. And then we're going to place our dough right back in. And please make sure that you cover it tightly with cling wrap, or if it has a lid, make sure that it's tightly closed in order for it to proof effectively. And then we're going to place it in the sun for an hour and leave it to proof.
A few moments later.
After an hour, your dough should look like this, and it should be doubled in size. And then I'm just going to go ahead and deflate the dough gently in order to release all the air pockets and carbon dioxide that have formed while it was proofing. We're then going to dust some flour over a clean and sanitized surface so that we can work on our dough and divide it into portions as well as roll it out.
Sentimental way to groove. I hope it still touches you. Baby, come back.
For this next step, I couldn't find my bench scraper, so I went in with a knife instead to divide my dough. And you're going to start off by dividing it into thirds, and then you cut those thirds into further thirds, so that should give you 9 portions in total. But if you're looking to have bigger bagels, I would suggest that you divide your dough into 6 equal portions instead of 9 like I did. For the next step, we're going to be rolling out our portions lengthwise. Hey guys, don't judge me, bandla. For someone that bakes, I do not have a rolling pin anymore, and I've been contemplating on getting one because I barely ever need one. So we're going to roll out our dough and then roll it inwards from one end like so, and leave a bit of the other end not rolled, and then we're going to flatten the other end so that we tuck in the first end into the second end like I am doing. And please make sure to pinch your other end under your bagel in order to secure it. We're then going to repeat this step with all the remaining bagels, and then we're going to place them on parchment paper on a tray and leave them to further proof for another 20 minutes in the sun. And please make sure that you cover them with a wet cloth so that they do not dry out.
Swimming in all lovers' dreams, still playing on new movie screens. Remember me, let's set the scene. You and me, what could have been. Still swimming in old lovers' dreams, still playing on new movie screens. Remember me, let's set the scene. You and me, what could have been.
After 20 minutes, your dough should have doubled in size and it should look like this. In a pot of boiling water, we're going to add bicarbonate of soda and salt in order for us to boil our bagels. And we're going to add them into the pot and boil them for 2 minutes per side maximum, and then transfer them to a baking tray. The reason why we boil our bagel dough before baking it is because it gelatinizes the starch that is found in the flour, which will result in a chewy and shiny texture on the outside and a softer texture in the inside once it's baked. And then I went ahead and garnished my bagels before baking them with rough sea salt. You're more than welcome to do so with a variety of seeds or even cheese, or you can just leave them to be plain. I then baked my bagels in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for a duration of 20 minutes. After what felt like an eternity, I finally popped my bagels out of the oven, and oh my days, I couldn't believe how perfect they came out. I just couldn't wait to just dive in and indulge. And given the opportunity, I would have dusted them all by myself. I couldn't even contain my excitement. Ooh. I then made a breakfast bagel which comprised of a fried egg, a beef burger patty, some caramelized onions, chilies, and feta cheese. We've reached the end of today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching that. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button if you haven't already. Until next time, foodies.